Hey everyone, SyToX here again with some more Spy gameplay. Now, as the title of the video suggests, I'd really like to show you how I play with the Ambassador aggressively. And the best way I guess to show that is when you're playing on blue. Now this is pretty standard. We dodge the arrow, we're disguised as a friendly engineer, because, you know, there's always a chance that you can trick someone. Probably won't work on good players, because everyone knows the ragdoll animation is messed up when you're using the dead ringer. Now the spy is on to us, but we don't really care. We got the teleporter, which was basically the only thing I wanted to do, because I don't want reinforcements coming. I used the dead ringer because I was pretty sure the sniper was gonna headshot me. Luckily I was wrong. Now the pyro isn't a threat, so I turned my aim towards the spawn doors, because of course they're gonna come through there since we got the teleporter. Now here I kinda messed up with the health pack, and because of that I really wanted to bolt. Maybe I could have gotten one pyro, but it would have jeopardized what I want to do now, and that there's just a whole cascade of problems then. Now when you're playing as a blue spy on Badwater, this is basically the place you want to be during the early game. Because from this point, first you have good cover, it's hard for them to flank you, and you have health and ammo. And unless your team are just a bunch of potatoes, you're gonna do a lot of damage from here. I didn't rush the shot because I knew he wouldn't be able to heal over 102. And like I said, unless your team is completely incompetent, you won't have a problem here. Because from here you can keep players occupied, you can damage them, you can kill the retreating ones like the soldier. You know, it's just a really great place to be. But of course it only works for the first 2 points. And as you can see, we're in no real danger. We have options even if they try to chase us. Unfortunately, the spy kind of gives us away, but no biggie. This sniper is oblivious though, so fuck it. And still, we get the kill. I knew I was gonna get shredded by the sentry, but like I said, we have a lot of ammo here. And since we kept the second point, we can continue. I wasn't expecting this many of them to be here, so I had to retreat. And if you have less than 50 HP, I usually recommend retreating from a sniper, because he can get a lucky body shot and you're done. I lose the disguise here because I didn't want them to see me that I was in the house. And this spy doesn't prove to be any threat. Now here I lost the disguise because I wanted to get a speed boost to backstab him, but unfortunately he heard the knife slash, and I end up having to retreat. It's always tricky to fight Ambassador versus the black box, because even if you land a headshot, he hits you once and you can't kill him. And I have no idea where the Spyro came from. I tried to go for a trick stab, from the railing, but I messed up. He probably came from the spiral stairs. Now I would have done a trick stab here, but unfortunately the soldier spoiled it. Now I really wanted to get that sentry because my team was pushing, and I was ready to sacrifice myself. Yeah, I have no idea how I dodged that. Okay, now right here I instantly saw what kind of weapon he has, and I know that if I can bait his scope in, because he has the scope to shoot, I was safe. That's why I didn't run. That's basically the only reason. No, the NG got the sentry after all. I thought I was out of range, and honestly I think it was like by 1 meter, even less. And here, like I always say, pressure the snipers. That's what the Ambassador is good at. And luckily we get the kill. Now I have no idea why I didn't turn, but hey, free kill for us. Now again, another fail stab here, but again, that's not the point of the video. Now, while your team is capping the third point, this chicken coop area is where you want to be, because that's where you're most annoying. Now, one thing to note here, with enough practice with the ambassador, pyros become less of a nuisance, so don't be scared of them. And as you can see, it's really easy to bait people in this tiny area, and you can line up shots. But since our team capped, I decided to play more aggressively, so here I am in the middle of their base.
It was at this moment that Spy knew he fucked up.
Now, since I knew I was a goner here, I just tried to go for a headshot and that's it. Make him retreat or something. Always check this little corner here. Good spies like to camp there. And if you try camping there, always lose your disguise, because they'll see you through it. Okay, now look at this. I tried to rotate to counter his jump stab. I'll be honest, usually it doesn't work because it's hard to anticipate how the spy is gonna move, but luckily it worked in this instance. Now this is that crazy sniper from before, Cloudy. And again, the crazy pyro, so I'm out. There's no way I'm gonna deal with that. Now since there's a medic here, I always try to go for him. It's hard to out-damage an overheal. Now again, the crazy pyro. So watch this. While I'm healing, I just keep moving left and right and ducking. Because you never know when a spy is gonna just be in a crazy corner and try to plink your head off. Usually don't have to do that if it's in a corner, but it's worth knowing. And again, this is another unfortunate display of my insane aim. But since it's 2v1, we have to retreat. Unfortunately, it does not work. Oh well. I see this spy. Try to go for an easy stab. Didn't work. There's another spy. So now we have two spies who are dead ringing around us. That's why I'm turning. But anyway, it doesn't matter. We know our objective. And usually I don't try to go for any other spy. Now here I wanted to line up a shot on him, and I wasn't expecting two of our spies to, zerg him. I try to go for a headshot, I get denied by the pyro. And again, since it's those two crazy guys, I'm not gonna mess with them. But still, since I'm under cover, I can help my team against the pyro. Again, I know that's a spy, but you're single target, it's really hard to deal with them. And I'm not gonna try hard to chase him or whatever. I tried to dodge the rocket because I didn't want to lose my dead ringer. I wanted to go for that soldier. And as you can see, the chicken coop area, easy to bait people, easy to line up shots. Now watch this. No idea where he came from. But hey, doesn't matter.
Hello, darkness, my old friend.
Okay, this is getting depressing. Anyway, watch this. You can clearly see all of my teammates' names, and there's nothing down there. And in a moment, something shows up. You know that's a spy. This is why I say that you should jump 180 that corner. Because if I didn't do that right now, probably would have died to a backstab. Now, that corner is a bit crazy, so I'm backing off. And I don't chase rocket jumping anything. It's usually a waste of time, unless you get a lucky headshot. That spy could have backstabbed me, but he probably wasn't expecting me. Now, a big part of being successful with the ambassador comes from one simple rule. Keep the crosshair around, you know, just in general area where their head is gonna be. Yeah, I knew that guy was a spy, but for some reason I didn't flick my hand to him. I saw him decloak. But like I was saying, you should always keep, like, you saw that headshot? The only reason I can make the headshot with a jump is because I always keep my crosshair around the level where their head is gonna be. That's a bit tricky to learn because, you know, TF2 classes, they vary in height. It's not like in Counter-Strike where everyone's the same height. But if you stick to that general rule, I guarantee your headshot rate is gonna increase. Like, dramatically. Doesn't always work, but just keep that in mind. Okay, now here I'm trying to see if I'm gonna get cornered. Again, it's 2v1. I probably should have bolted, but I got cocky and I paid for it. Now watch this here. A lot of people think that if they jump, they're gonna throw off your aim, but just wait for them, just time for them to jump and flick shoot them. Just twitch. It's easy. Now watch this. I knew he had a back burner, so I tried to rotate around him so he doesn't insta-kill me. But since I knew I was gonna die anyway, I just lost my disguise and tried to reset the card counter. So at least we get some use out of my death. I thought I could save the heavy here, but nah. He died too fast and then the pyro came for me. Still, doesn't matter, we got the sentry nest. Again here, wasn't fast enough to save my my teammate. But we have less than a minute. So when it comes to this part, this stage of the game, where the card is almost in, and you have little time, you have to be super duper aggressive. Doesn't matter how or why, just abuse the ammo on the floor, the ammo packs, I mean the debris of weapons, everything. Just stay near the point. You need to keep the enemy occupied, get kills, so that your team, because you're in a pub, you're not going to be very coordinated, but if you can keep the enemy occupied for long enough, your team eventually is going to catch on. And as you can see, I don't even go up there to get the ammo pack. I'm just at the cart, being as aggressive as I can. And unfortunately I die here, but my team manages to cap the point. And that's about it for this video. I hope you guys learned something, and more importantly, that you guys enjoyed the video. And if you did, leave a like or a comment, you know, all the good stuff, and I'll definitely make more of these. So, thanks and see ya.